Tonight on The Racing Source, we'll talk about the championships in all 3 of NASCAR's series, as well as we have a big announcement at the end. All that and more, The Racing Source starts now.
All right, welcome to The Racing Source with your host, my kid, Josh Mabe. How goes it, buddy?
Hello. Doing great. Glad to see you back.
Yeah, I was gone for a week. Dude, I was just buried in... did a big Humane Society thing, which are
we have a new dog, Poppy.
Poppy, and we know your buddy Randy Pepperton.
Yeah.
He I sound like he's a dog lover.
Yeah, he loves dogs.
Friend of the show. I'm trying to get, just so you know, Randy, if you're listening, we're going to hook it up where Randy can call in, and we can hear him much better than the way you're recording at home. I know you've done several interviews with him.
Yeah.
What was Randy's take on this championship? What was that?
He picked, when I talked to him earlier in the week before the race, he told me he picked Kevin Hart. I asked him who'd he like. He said he wanted Kevin Harvick, or he thought Kevin Harvick had the best chance to win, and he was right. So
did he want him to win, or he just thought he would win?
He thought he would win. That was his prediction because Kevin Harvick had a big year. He didn't think the other cars could handle the success that he has had, and that proved to be success. Great job to Kevin Harvick, crew chief Rodney Childers,
Stuart Haas, right?
Stuart Haas, Gene Haas.
Tony had a tough year, man.
Yeah.
I bet Tony loved seeing his guy win.
Yeah,
he had a tough year, but
he was on ESPN Sports Center, and he seemed really happy.
And he said that you told me in the truck that he said bad year.
He said he had a bad year, but this definitely at least makes him feel at least half better.
For the month of November.
Yeah.
All right. So what else is happening?
Well, Chase Elliott, the NASCAR Nationwide Series, first rookie ever to win the championship in the same year. This guy is a rookie. He graduated high school earlier this year, in the middle of the year.
Okay, so back up. So Chase Elliott, he's part of the famous family.
Bill Elliott, yeah.
Bill Elliott. And he graduated high school, and he's won, you say, twice now? The championship?
No, first championship, but he won a lot of races this year, and guess what? He had so big of a lead. He clinched the championship last week at Phoenix before the race.
Even before this race happened, he clinched it last week. He did so good. The lead was so wow. Good for him.
And he's a rookie. He already won Rookie of the Year, and he had rookie stripes on his car all season.
But come on, tell me this: when you're part of the Elliott family, and you got money, a lot of money is behind him. He's got probably
Junior Motorsports, which has an alliance with Rick Hendrick. Another thing I was talking to Randy about, he says, Chase Elliott will be in few Cup races next season, so I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't drive a 5th Cup car for Hendrick Motorsports.
What number does he drive nationwide?
9, but Richard Petty Motorsports has the 9 car in Cup, so
I'll have to change to something else.
I say probably number 25 or 94. 94 was his dad Bill's old number for a long time, and 25 is the number Hendrick usually uses.
But would you agree that when you have a lot of money behind you like that, sure, they got better engines, they got better backups, they got better tools. Some of these cars are start and park because they don't have a budget.
Yeah, I'm not going to say in particular which cars start and park, but there are a couple of drivers who just, especially in that NASCAR Nationwide Series, that start and park because of money funding. There's
that's okay.
And here's the thing.
Okay.
Here's the thing. Some teams have enough money. What they do in the Nationwide Series, particularly, they have a car that runs competitively, gets like a top 20 finish every week.
Right.
But then they have another car that starts and parks in order to help fund that main car that runs and normally gets a top 20 finish.
So the money they get from the start and park for participating in a race or whatever, they'll take those funds and put it to their main car.
Yeah, there's several teams that do that. For example, Eric McClure's number 14 TriStar Motorsports. They have sponsorship from Hefty, but they run the number 10 car. It's a part-time entry.
I don't see. It seems like running that 10 car or the part-time, it will cost them money. How do they make money by running that car?
They have extra cars, so they bring it in as
and they have a sponsorship that pays them to run a few laps.
No, they don't have sponsorship. It's normally just a black car with nothing on the hood, just the number.
I don't get how they make money from that.
And to make it clear, no, it is not Danica Patrick starting and parking. Yes, she drives that number in Cup, but it's a totally different team.
How did Danica do in this past race?
Did good. Top 30, I think.
Top.
Here's the thing. I didn't really pay attention to where she was running because I was mainly focused on Denny Hamlin, Joey Logano, Ryan Newman, and Kevin Harvick because those
Ryan
are the
Newman came in second. Ryan Newman came in second.
Yeah, because those are the 4 guys who I was paying attention to because they were the 4 who was running in.
Ryan Newman, is he a hothead? Is Ryan Newman a hothead?
Can be.
Is he a Stuart Haas?
Used to be.
That's
Kevin
right.
Harvick replaced him this year.
Oh, that.
And here's the thing. And he and Ryan Newman basically traded places this year. So Richard Childress, I wouldn't want to be Richard Childress right now because Kevin Harvick drove for Richard Childress for 12 years, his entire Cup career, ever since 2001 when he replaced the late Dale Earnhardt right after he passed away in a wreck.
Okay.
Kevin Harvick was his replacement. They just changed the number.
Kevin Harvick was Dale Earnhardt's replacement?
Yeah, they just changed the number. Originally he had the same sponsorship as Dale did for the first couple years. They just changed the number to 29.
I didn't know that.
And he didn't win a championship with RCR, but then this year Harvick moved to a different team, and he beat an RCR guy. So
wow. So that's very, very
and
interesting.
Austin Dillon basically replaced Kevin Harvick. They just changed it back to the 3. So
yeah, Austin Dillon, new guy. How's Austin Dillon doing?
he didn't win Rookie of the Year. Kyle Larson won Rookie of the Year. He's he gets a top 10 almost every week. And Kyle Larson's been doing a great job. He doesn't have wins.
How old is Kyle Larson, you think?
He's I think he's 20.
Okay, that's cool. We got to stand on my too. So, all right. So we got
But Kyle Larson was just doing great. He was in a top 10. He finished top 10 almost every single week. So he had a great run.
But Kevin Harvick wins.
Yeah.
Used to be with RCR or
Richard Childress Racing. Yeah, RCR.
And never had a championship.
Yeah.
They traded him for Stuart Haas for Ryan Newman. Ryan Newman comes in second in the chase.
Without a win.
I'm so confused. You could win the chase without winning a race.
Yeah, Ryan Newman, if he would have won the championship that year, let's say Jimmy Johnson or Dale Jr., one of them wins the race. If one of them would have won the race and Ryan Newman would have finished second, then Ryan Newman would have won the championship without a win this season.
Mind-boggling. Okay, so
Can I talk trucks for a second?
Let's talk trucks. Bring it on, but you don't like trucks.
Matt Crafton won for only driver ever to win back-to-back championships in the truck series.
Do the truck races? Do they ever like tow a boat or anything?
No. They're not just pickup trucks like your truck.
I know I'm being silly. Coming the number 4 car, pulling the U-Haul and a haul and gravel. That's great. So all right. So to recap here, Randy picked the winner. He thought that was Kevin Harvick. RCR Richard Childress Racing traded Harvick for Newman.
Yeah.
But Newman won a couple races after he won the last. Did he win the last race for Tony Stewart? But did he win a race last year while he's under Stewart?
Yes, he did. But
I remember
here's the
that.
thing.
Yeah.
Gene Haas didn't. They didn't have enough money to fund Ryan Newman for this season, so they let him go. But then the co-owner Gene Haas, he didn't want to spend his money sponsoring Ryan Newman anymore. So he wanted to put his money toward a different driver. So he funded Kurt Busch's car this year out of his own pocket, just like he was doing Ryan Newman's car the last couple years.
Kurt Busch in the news for beating up girls.
Yes.
Allegedly.
Yes.
And his attorney's saying this is some girl who had a hard time, had some separation anxiety.
Yeah, but Kurt said that they had broken up a week ago, and they were the week before, and he was surprised to see her at
the track
at the track near his motorhome. Kurt says they did have an argument, but there were no hands movements involved or no fist fighting. But the girlfriend wrote 6 weeks. She filed a police report 6 weeks later to the Dover police, since it happened at the Dover track.
Yeah, well, that happens sometimes. Sometimes you just
and said that he pushed her against the wall and grabbed her face and choked her 3 times next to the wall by the bed. So,
does Kurt Busch have any other history? Wait, he's gone cray-cray on the track before, hadn't he? He's gotten a little crazy on the track?
Yes, I talked to Randy about this. He actually stuck up the middle finger a couple years ago.
To a little kid in the stands?
No, to Michelle Obama when she was at the racetrack as the Grand Marshal.
Am I the only one who thinks Kurt Busch is a hero? No, I'm teasing. Well, that's disrespectful. You do not, the leader of our country, you do not flip the bird to his spousal unit, his wife. That's crazy.
And he's also had run-ins with several reporters in the media. One time,
he was on when you and I talked to him at the track. Yeah. Was it, where were we? Indianapolis or Kentucky?
Yeah, Indianapolis.
I thought he was cool. Now his brother Kyle was a total ass.
Oh, you called him out, Kyle. If you're watching this, please, tweet me.
In Kyle's defense, here's the deal. they get people bugging them constantly, and maybe people, people used to used to hate Kyle, right?
Yeah, here's the thing. I want to tell you a funny thing.
Okay.
I keep going on and on, but Brad Keselowski was mad at Kyle Busch. So in all-star introductions, like when every race before they go to the cars, they introduce themselves to fans. Say, "I'm so-and-so, driver the number blah blah car went meant to the sponsors. Hope you have a good race," something like that.
Right.
And well, here's what Brad Keselowski said that year. Well, he was driving the 12 at the time. He's like, "I'm Brad Keselowski, drives number 12 Penske Dodge. Kyle Busch is an ass." and here's the thing. Kurt Busch actually, he's done getting along well with the media. The media asked him a question once, and he said, they said, does this being on probation do this and this and this? Then he said, the probation refrains me to beating the shit out of you right now like I want to.
He said that?
Yeah, a couple years ago.
First of all, that's rude that he said that. Second one, your dad. Don't use that kind of language.
All right, and another thing. Here's another thing.
Right.
In the media center one time, Kurt Busch did not like a question someone asked him.
This was recently, right?
No, this was a couple years ago.
Oh, I remember because Kyle Busch just stood there and just stood when they were asking questions.
Yeah, he does that every time he doesn't win the Nationwide Series.
What a baby. Someone needs a nap. Kyle Busch, you need a nap, buddy. It's okay. It's okay. We'll get you some.
Yeah, his wife can get a few diapers for him, but Kyle Busch's gonna be a dad soon. Hope he doesn't treat his baby like he's doesn't take that anger out on his baby.
No, he's not.
I'm kidding.
Wait, we love Kyle.
We love Kyle Busch.
It's
He was the reason I got interested in NASCAR. His car got me interested in NASCAR.
That's right.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Kurt Busch, one time he was in the media center.
Right.
Because he had to be. You knew he didn't want to be in there.
Right.
He had to be in. The top three have to go in the media center. He finished third that day. He went in the media center. He didn't like a comment that one of the female reporters asked him.
Did he hit her? Did he beat her?
No, but on his way out, he grabbed the note cards that with all the statistics that she had and ripped them up and then threw them on the ground and said, "Someone littered," and ran out the door.
You know that he did say someone littered?
Yeah.
Or are you just making that up?
He said it.
Wow. So here's what I think. I think Dale Jr., great guy on camera, nice. And, if he says something about it, we thought we had a win there. But, it is what it is. This car kind of got in me. I don't know, but hey, that's NASCAR.
And most drivers are really polite.
And Jimmy
like
Johnson's really cool too.
Yeah. Those two are some of the best. There's several. Let's talk back to the chase for a minute.
Let's wrap up here too, real soon.
Oh, okay. I have something to say in a minute, but let's talk about the other two chase drivers who were eligible to win the championship coming in this race: Denny Hamlin and Joey Logano.
Okay.
Denny Hamlin led the race but led out of those four for most of the race, and he got shuffled back. Joey Logano, heartbreak for Joey Logano. I was going to have Randy explain this before we had our technical difficulties with this blue cable right here. But Joey Logano had a lug nut on pit road.
A lug nut came off the wheel.
Yeah, the guy changing his tire made an error, which made him start 25th on the final restart.
See, I think these guys, when they get in the pit road like that, they should call AAA. They're reliable. Yeah, they're not 15 seconds.
Oh, and actually tell that to Joey Logano. Funny you say that. Joey Logano is actually sponsored by AAA, and it was.
Oh, that's all right. We love you guys. Your announcement. Make your announcement.
All right. Even though the NASCAR season's over, we're gonna keep going. We're going to be front and center for the awards banquet, the Hall of Fame induction, and NASCAR Media Day, as well as some races next year, as well as including Darlington.
Yeah, we're actually going to try to go to a few of those. Just schedule permits.
It's going to be a lot of fun. But the bad thing is we won't be able to cover our home track, Kentucky, because SMI owns Kentucky and have to be 18 in order to get to cover an SMI track. But we might pull something off and stand in the parking lot of the track of Kentucky Speedway with a microphone and me reporting. I don't know.
We'll figure it out. All right, love you guys.
All right, thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time. Goodbye, and happy holidays.